What is up, YouTube family? Welcome back to the podcast where we don't sugarcoat anything. We do not do fake vibes and we do not tell any lies. We take the truth, we deal with the truth, and we move forward. And today we have something very special for you guys. The title of this podcast is You Must Get Burned to Learn. Yes, you must get burned in order to learn. It is something that I was recently talking to some family members about, and I've come to the realization that that is how life is. That's how life always going to be. And that's just how things are. If you ever been through a heartbreak, if you ever feel betrayed by somebody, or you feel like somebody let you go or let you down, whether if it's in love, business, school, or even within your own family, this is for you. This is your episode. Let me ask you guys something. Let's talk, and you can put your answer in the comment, right? Have you ever trusted somebody with your whole heart? It doesn't matter who, a lover, a friend, a teacher, a co-worker, whatever it is, bro. You put all your trust in them and they flipped on you. You know, you poured yourself, your investment into your job, your dream, a relationship, and it still end up empty. Yeah, me too. I've done that plenty of time. But you know what? That's the point of life. And the first segment is going to be the burn teaches you. You may be asking me, what the hell? What is burning gonna teach me? I'm gonna get down to it. Hold on. Chill out. I got you. We all have been kids before, right? You remember being a kid, you touched something very hot for the first time. The stove, a pot that just come from the stove. You didn't need a lecture. The pain instantly, instantly taught you to let go. And it taught you to never touch that again in that situation. That's just how life works. It teaches you through pain, through the burn. And that's where we got the title of this podcast from. You know, through breakups, bad business meetings, by business calls, like whether if it's signing a deals and you end up getting fucked over in the deal, a fight with someone you love, failing a class that you put your all into, losing the bag that you put so much work into. Sometimes it's not the lesson that you wanted, but it's the one that you needed. It's not what you was going for, but it's what you got and what you deserve. Like, bombing a test in school is great, right? But if you didn't study, you know you're not gonna bomb the test in school, especially if it's like nursing school or something up there where the work that you put in is exactly what you get back. You learn real quick, you learn that efforts matter, preparations matter. It stings, but it sharpens you. The burn is the price of awareness. You know your boy is a lover boy. You know your boy loves love. I'm all for it. I'm here for it. I talk shit about it. I don't suggest it. I tell people to do it. I tell people not to do it. But I'm all for love. And let me tell you something you should never do from personal experience. I had a great relationship going on, and you know, there was some mess. And the last year, there was on and off. Like, we all, both parts had their good and bad. I'm not gonna get into great detail because me and that person, we actually in a good space now. You know, we could actually stand each other being in the same room. Well, at least I think so. So I ended up, fucking that shit up. Of course, I wasn't being a man about my movements. I ended up moving on to somebody else, and I moved on to somebody else in the place of work. Love, work, and it's a messy mix. Let's talk about relationship, especially the ones that you mix at work. Don't do it. If you don't listen to anything I've said today, that's something that I've learned before, and I'm gonna tell you, do not do it. I've been there before. I've dated somebody in my job. At first, it was all fun. For me, I work on an ambulance. I'm gonna talk about my relationship in the past. That was clearly where in EMS, not in Barclays, where I work as a tech. Um, it's great with the inside jokes. It's great, like, you're now on a call, you go on a little lunch date. It's great, like the feeling of being seen by that person or being seen by other. But when it goes bad, you show up to see that same person every single day. Now, in my case, I was walking into work head down or head all over the place. Don't know who to trust. Don't know who's talking shit about me. Don't know what whoever heard about me, like how they reacting, or they believe in the allegations against me or whatever the case may be. I'm all over the place. Can't even focus on the bag. That's when it hit me. That girl, she wasn't mine forever. She was my mirror. Sh- Listen, however you take that, it's how you take that. To me, it's like she reflect back to me what I still had to learn, and that's a tough pill to swallow. That's one of the toughest pills to swallow, is when somebody reflect back to you what you have to learn. Keep your heart out of places where your money and your mission is on the line, because at the end of the day, bro, all it takes is one false allegation and you could be out of a bag. All it takes is one false allegation, you could be down a deal. We see what happened to DDG. Do not mix love with work. Do not mix, do not mix pleasure with money, bro. Don't shit where you eat. It's not a good idea, bro. It's just gonna leave you heartbroken, and then you're gonna be distracted. And honestly, it broke me when I was in respiratory school for that first semester. I had so much shit going on with my family. I lost some people that was so dear to my heart, friends and family. It was outrageous. And then on top of that, I was in school working 64 hours, 80 hours just in one job without counting the other job. So it became crazy. So I had to navigate through all of that. And if we're being honest, it's not just love. Sometimes it's friends, sometimes it's family. You start growing, and then you open up to people, you let people in, and suddenly you are taking a step back. It hurts sometimes. They were just meant to play a role in that stage of your life, in that part of your life, in that story. They are not here to stay forever. You have to be okay with understanding that people gonna come in and out of your life. Sometimes you're gonna be like, well, I fucked that up. I made that person go away. Well, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. That person was not meant to stay. That person was not here to stay. That wasn't the goal that God had for you. Because sometimes those people fuck shit up for us. It could have been great. We were great to them. But sometimes we have to take the accountability that that person was indeed all about us. And then we went and fucked it up, especially in relationships, especially not trusting people, with family, situationships, whatever the case may be, bro. Sometimes we fuck it up. Do not hang yourself too much on those situations, because I truly believe no matter what you believe in, and I believe that my God is the only God. But no matter what you believe in, right? That's me telling you to turn to Jesus Christ. There's only one God out there, all right? I'm sorry for all the other religions. I respect everybody, but there's truly only one God. And I feel like if I wasn't being a Christian, then if I didn't say that, then I would not be a great Christian. But let's not get sidetracked, right? When somebody leave a position at a job, they move on because they think there's something greater out there. And honestly, it may look good on paper. And they may not understand it yet, but they going to navigate through it because like the right proposal was given to them and they are going to take it. And that's just how I see how people coming in and out of your life is you were good to them to the moment until they got bad, or until like they generally like the love is out. Sometimes it's not all type of love, friendship, family shit, or whatever the hell however you want to put the title. Not everything end up bad. Sometimes it end up on a good note. Sometimes we just get tired of each other and we just need to move on so we could go abroad, so we could be 10 times better. But you would never know that until you do it. And obviously somebody gotta get hurt, right? Whether if it's the person leaving, they hurting you because they need to move on with their life because you hurt them, or they need to do better than you, or you feel like you're hurting them because, and they still have to go because you did some BS. And life, honestly, is not fair, but that's just the simple way it is. And I'm telling you guys, listen, mistakes or your map. That's the third point that I want to. Why I can't talk? I'm not even gonna cut that out. That's funny to me. Mistakes are your map, and that's the third point that I want to make. And honestly, you may be asking me, how's mistakes my map? Within every mistake that you do in this world, within every mistake that you do in this journey, you are going to learn. You are going to get burned, and you're going to understand that hey, maybe next time I shouldn't do that. Because listen, you're gonna sign the deal, and you're gonna understand that well, last time I did split commission or whatever the case may be, I got messed up. So the next time a deal come back to you, you're gonna remember, like your conscience gonna remember that and they can be like, well, we got fucked. So we're not gonna do that again. And honestly, I'm going to teach you how mistakes is a map and different variations and how you could use it for a good thing. So I've been very honest to the best of my capabilities without stepping on anybody's toes. Not because I'm scared of people. It's just I don't want to name drop or whatever the case may be. I like challenges. I went to respiratory therapy school for 1 semester after completing my bachelor's in my EMS course. And I'm only 24 years old. At the time, I was 23 years old. I'm 24 now. So this is a couple of months later. We're talking about not even a year. I was 23 and a half, whatever. I went to respiratory therapy school. My goal was to be a respiratory therapist because I've grown into the tech field. I got my dream jobs and I'm good. And I started doing EMS as a joke and I love it. And I started putting hours in EMS, even though it doesn't even pay me as near as my tech job. It's not even to flex. It's being completely honest with you guys. This is the honest truth podcast. That's really what we gravitate towards. So, like I said, I had mad shit going on. I took a semester off. I'm currently off on a semester. I had 16 days on going back to school, but I am going back to school to something completely different that I don't really want to put on social media because I don't want to look at myself and be like, I failed again, because that's a part of me that is scared to do so. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. People fail all the time. So your mistakes, they are not setbacks, they are signs, right? So I did it that girl. I had mad shit going on. I wasn't honest with everybody. And eventually, I had to take accountability as a man for all the shit that I've done and all the bullshit that I put myself through. Because at the end of the day, I truly believe that every fucking bad thing that happened to you, and I'm sorry to my brother for cursing so much. But I'm sorry, but this is how I express myself. I'm trying my best. I'm reading thousands of books, but it's just not sticking. God forgive me. I truly believe that everything that happened to you in this life, it is honestly your fault. Whether if you want to believe it or not, whether if somebody else stabbed you, it is your fault. You put yourself in that position to make that person feel comfortable to hurt you, to make that person feel like they have a power in their hands to hurt you. Now, do freak accidents happen? Obviously. Long story short, I'm in school, dealing with a breakup, dealing with two breakups back to back. Fuck, fuck. This one found out about that one. This one didn't understand what was going on. I'm at a point where I can't even express myself. Nobody letting me tell the truth. Nobody letting me explain myself. And usually I'm not that type of guy that I explain myself, because what the fuck I look like explaining myself to you when you don't want to listen. But if we are being honest, I'm not going to explain myself to you when you don't want to listen. But at the end of the day, I have to live with that explanation within myself boiling inside of me, and I can't get it to you. I still got to the bag, and it's not always about the bag. I still made all my money that I needed to make. Holy shit, 2024. I'm sorry. I'm not big on money, but 2024 was my best year when it comes to cash. Photography was booming, where to the point where I had some of the biggest names of photography working under my LLC, even though my logo was not slim onto everything, but all their profits, some of them came back to me. I was making a percentage just sitting home doing nothing. That's how I was able to grow myself. And honestly, I got to the point where I didn't really need to do photography anymore. I just became a brand ambassador for many photographers here in New York. It is what it is. I might be controlling the person that's doing your wedding. So if I don't like you, I'll fuck up your edits. So that was good. EMS, I'm picking up crazy shift, of course, as I was working with that shorty. But and then shit went to caca. But I still pick up with other people. There was a ton of overtime, and then I got hired at my dream tech job. So I did not have an ambition to do school. I really didn't. I really didn't care. I was like, yo, bro, I could do this shit for 10, 20 years. But honestly, after 6 months, I got burnt out because I was doing too much. I wasn't enjoying the money. And I made the mistake while doing too much, I wasn't focused on school. So that led me to, even though I passed all my classes, but barely passing and barely getting the grades that I deserve if I was to put in the work. And I'm looking back at it going back to school. Everybody like, well, what's gonna be the difference? The difference is for what I'm going to school now is something that I'm hungry for. That I know that I could do better than 99% of people that's already doing it. And some people say it's cocky. I don't think so. I just think I have confidence and I believe in myself. So I made the mistake of not focusing in school. That showed me a sign to do what I love because respiratory therapist, I was just doing it for the fun of it. I was doing it for the fuck of it. But for now, I'm about to start school in 16 days. It's gonna be something hard, but I'm willing to put in the work. And even that means stopping YouTube if I have to. I'm gonna study, I'm gonna do my thing. Because that's just who I am. That's just what I do. I bust my ass for the things that I want in this life. I bust my ass because give me a second. Oh my God. I bust my ass because listen, what you work for is what you get. You know, every failed relationship, every failed business movement, every single L you took in life, it's a class. L in the class, a loss in the streets, in life, is pointing you somewhere that you need to be. I fucked up in respiratory school. It's pointing me to where I need to be now, and I love it. And I know for a fact that when you are in it, it just feels like pain. And that's the worst thing ever. When you feel like you are in pain, when you are trying your best. In that point, even if you're being lazy, you feel like you are trying your best, but you feel like you are in pain. But on the other side, it's wisdom. I used to pray for wisdom in general, but now I'm learning that wisdom, I don't want the type of wisdom that all the prophets had. I don't want just that wisdom. I want the wisdom from above that Peter speak. And I believe Peter chapter 3 and also Peter chapter 4. And I know somebody's gonna be like, you was cursing, but now you're quoting the Bible. Mind your business. Yes, that's the type of wisdom that I honestly truly want. And the other side is always going to be wisdom. And yes, you might lose people along the way, but that is a process, bro. Let's be real. Let's be honest here. Let's be real. Some of those people were never there for you. Some of those people, when shit hit the fan, they didn't even let you express yourself or how you feel or anything. They just sat here and judge you, and they act like they forgot everything about you. They forgot who you were. They forgot the things you were capable of. They forgot all the things you've done for them. Whether if you got them a job, whether if you wrote them the entrance paper for law school or for their masters, whether if when they had their low self esteem, you were there for them. Listen, bro. One thing I learned is when people are ready to drop you, they drop you like a hot bag of Cheetos. When you taste it, you're like, ooh, too spicy. And you drop it back. Yeah. Bad connection. Still, Uncle here dropping knowledge. All right. Leave me alone. They were just here to deliver the lesson. Do not hold that against them. It's okay to outgrow connection. Honestly, I honestly feel like a lot of times people lose a friendship. They think like, oh, well, this situation is the situation that like spaz everything. No, you needed to grow, so you lost the connection. And it's okay to walk alone for a while because that's where clarity lives. It's okay to walk alone because then you're more focused. It's okay to walk alone because then you see things for what it is. It's okay to walk alone because then you are thinking with yourself, for yourself, about yourself. It is crazy connection, but sometimes being alone is the best thing you can do because that's where you have the most power and the most control. If you have the right mindset and if you have God in your life and you're walking alone, you really physically look alone, but spiritually you with the Holy Spirit, you're never alone. You have a big, 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 big protector, which is God. The Holy Spirit is within you, and you got the Son and you got the Father there to protect you. And if you truly believe that, trust me, that connection is gonna come within itself. Every religion teaches you if you do good, good will come back. It's not a must. It's not gonna come back when you want it, but eventually it will come back. Always. That's how life works. And if you don't believe that, I don't know what rock you living under. That's just how it is. You do good things, eventually good things start happening to you. It might take a while. You might get a couple of bad stuff happening to you, but when the good comes, it comes in bunches. It comes like a river, it comes like a rock giving fresh water. You move dirty, dirt gonna come back to you. Life will serve you the energy that you put out there right back. With love, you get love back. You cheated, your next person gonna cheat on you. You mess this up, somebody gonna mess you up. You have to move in life with good attention. It might take time, but you need to be rewarded. So therefore, move with good intentions because that's gonna be your reward. That's gonna be the scale that judge you at the end of the day with the final judgment. And that's honestly how people look at you. Do good so good things can happen to you. I know you're gonna be like, well, there's some people that's getting this, that's getting that, they don't deserve it. Don't worry about it. Because at the end of the day, you're doing good for you. You're working for you. When your time comes, It will. And I promise you, it will happen. And nobody can stop that. Who's going to stop that? Nobody. I've done wrong to people. And I'm going to admit that. I've owned that. It may have taken me some time to do so, but I've owned that. You need to own shit. You need to do, you need to apologize. You may not apologize straight to that person's face because they don't allow you to do so. But when you do wrong, sometimes when the conversation come back to you through somebody else that you know eventually is gonna go back to that person to talk good about that person. Be like, yo, you know what? I fucked up. And when the energy spun back, it spun the block, it came back harder to me when I've done wrong to niggas. So I learned that I need to take accountability because the pain that's gonna return is much harder. It's very painful. That's why now I am a person with attention. I am 24 years old and I had to learn that the hard way. Not perfection, just real effort. I just put the effort into the things that I love and the things that I want to do. Because energy that you put out eventually find a way right back to you. It's right on your doorstep. It's like I forgot those things, bro. In Creole we said "Comme su festival." Certain things, bro, you throw, it's coming right back at you, bro. And it's like playing catch with a friend. You throw the ball, the same ball's coming back to you. Or rock not gonna come back to you instead of the ball. You feel me? Unless that friend is really crazy. Truly, when you do wrong to people, step up to the plate and admit you're wrong. And it's okay if it takes you some time. And it's okay if that person chooses to walk out of your life. Learn that as a lesson. But at the end of the day, you need to come to the realization like, this happened because of me. I messed up. That is the biggest thing you could do is admitting when you're wrong. It could take some months, it could take some time. And that person may not even want your apology. But within yourself, within your prayers, at least admit that you're wrong. For real. It will lift a heavy weight off your shoulder. It will give you a clarity to move on for your next chapter. You feel like you lost everything, your peace, your relationship, your focus, your purpose, your sense of self. Let's clarify it. The burn is not the end. You're not just going to get hurt. It's the beginning of your healing process. Every loss, every tear do not go uncounted for. Every lonely night you sat down wondering, why me? All that shapes you into the version of the person that you need to be. That same thing would not break you again next time. And sometimes it may happen 100 times, but eventually, every time it happens, you learn one thing new. That is why I love life. You are always learning because the burn is not the end, it's the beginning of sunshine, it's the beginning of a path that you did not see, it's the beginning of success, it's the beginning of great news, it's the beginning of abundance of blessings. Like for real, bro, you're not blind, you're not weak, you're not cursed, you're just learning. We all human, bro. I used to believe that certain people, bro, they had it all figured out when they don't. You are just learning. That person had to learn their way. You're gonna learn your way. Don't look at niggas that have the biggest crib, the biggest house, the biggest thing. Everybody go home, bro, to a problem that money cannot solve. You may have more problems than them, bro, but even the richest people have some problems that money cannot solve. As great as money is, and as much as we need it. And the best part of everything that you're gonna go through, that you've been through, and trust me, you will go through some more because there's always learning in life. The best part is there's always a comeback. Always. I don't think anybody died without making some type of comeback. Even if you think they died in their worst way, they fought a battle alone that you had no idea what they were fighting, but they did it and they beat it, and you wouldn't know. Even in death, you would not know. You just have to decide to not stay down. One thing I love, one thing that will always make me hire people, one thing that will always make me get people hired, give people opportunity, and continue to love people is the people that don't say, no, I'm done. The people that don't stay down, the people that keep pushing no matter what. But you know how much shit I've been through? Oh my, I could sit here all day and talk about all the shit I've been through. But we're not gonna do that. Because if I was to talk about all the shit I've been through, bro, I would have so many excuses to not even wake up the next day to go to work. And honestly, bro, don't give up, bro. The closing words is gonna be this. So, whatever it is, love, business, school, family, yes, you are going to get burned sometime. Don't run from shit. Let shit hit you. Learn from them. Get hurt. be better. I love y'all. And if you like this podcast, please continue to support. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You do it to millions and millions of creators all over social media. And I'm here to just ask you to boost my shit up a little bit. Yes, I'm asking. Closed mouth don't get fed. Stay tuned. I love y'all. Listen, get burned. It's not a bad look.